and welcome back to my channel. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is a haul video. Now this is a collective haul that I've gathered these things over the last, I'd say month, maybe month. It's been most of it probably the last week, but I've added a couple of bits that I might have not shared on the channel, but I thought they were worth a mention. So let's just get started. Now, I'm running out of desk space. I want to mention first that I got sent these Micron pens. Now, I wanted these for some of my watercolour work, and it was actually sent to me from Nikki Crayons, and we're actually friends on Instagram. She said in the little note, I think I've mentioned this in the video before, but I think when anybody, please man, excuse the swatches, when anybody sends you something, you feel like it's so sweet, they didn't have to, and they think of you in that way, that they want to spend their money on you, and it's just so sweet. I always keep these cards. I've got a little plastic envelope that I keep everything in, and it says, just a little thank you for your advice and encouragement, I really appreciate it. She's thinking, I'm hoping that she is going to do it. She's thinking of starting a channel, so I've been giving her some pointers and explaining a couple of things to her. So yeah, that's the first thing. So I can take them out the packaging now and put them away properly. Now this one is an interesting one. I came across this when I was looking at affordable watercolours. Now I'm not going to go ahead and buy a load of watercolours because I don't need them. If you've watched me for any time, you know that I've got literally a full drawer of watercolour paints and gouache and stuff, so I definitely don't need anything else. But these sparked my interest purely because they say water-based gel crayons. Now I'm going to do a comparison video between these and then my Neocolor 2s, and I shared this with Corey. Thank you, Corey, for the tip. She actually said to me compare them against the gelatos as well, which number one I didn't even think of, and I was actually working with them the other night, so I'm kicking myself that I didn't even think of that idea. But yeah, she kindly mentioned that to me. But I've not tested these out yet. I've just took the plastic off them so there's no reflection on the camera. But these are the colours, and I'm just thinking if they're any good for backgrounds, because they are super affordable. I think they were something like £17 for 48 colours. Now I'm hoping even like the white and the black, if they're cracking, and that's what they look like. I will do a complete separate video on these, swatching them out and testing them. They are water based, so that's the main reason that I bought them, just to use on backgrounds. Now I'm hoping that they're not glittery, because the caps are glittery, but I can't see any glitter in the actual crayon itself. I hope that they're not. Like I said, they were really affordable, these. I'll have everything that I talk about in this video in the description down below. But yeah, that'll probably be my next video that you see. Maybe these. Well, it might be that, or it might be a Kirby video. I'm not 100% sure. I've got things planned, but my schedule is all over the show, so it depends what goes up first. Now, I bought a new pencil case. I love this one actually, and look at the handle. It's actually got a handle that you can pull out to carry. None of my pencil cases have that, so I thought that was a lovely, nice, neat touch to it. Now the reason that I got this is because I had, let me get it, I'm going to reuse this pencil case for some other pencils that I've just kept in the tins, but this is a well used. I originally had my 150 set of Prismacolor in here, and then it switched over to the Black Widow. So I finally organised them and swatched them out in, I think it's Emily Illustrator's chart, which is in here, all filled out. So this is a 200 slot, I do believe, pencil case. This is the swatch chart. Oh, 180. It's a one. So there's 180 altogether with these now, but this is a 200 slot pencil case. Really nice quality. So I have swatched them all out. I'm getting organised. I'm getting there. So yeah, they're all in colour order now. So I'm really happy with them. But I think it was a Kirby page that I was actually filming. I had an issue. Let me see if I can find the pencil, because it's teeny tat. This one. You'll see it in that video. I had issue over issue. This is from one of the skin sets, and it's just crumbled on the inside. Now, I am so careful when it comes to my pencils. I don't drop them. I don't let anybody basically any near them. My dogs are near them, but they're not, technically they're not. They're on top of the cages, so they can't get to them. But no one in my family touches my pencils. They know not to. So it's not like that they've been dropped or anything, and I've had issues with that colour and space as well in the past. Now, because I have sorted out this pencil case, it's giving me more incentive to actually use these colours. I like the Monarch and I like the Dragon. I'm just not overly keen on the other colours, not the other colours, the older sets. But now that I'm organised-ish, I've tended to pull this set out. So we'll see how we go with that. I'm hoping that I carry on being a little bit more organised with each of my pencil case. I think that's what I'm going to do. Swatch them out, and then I need to put that in a plastic sheet and then pop it inside each of the pencil cases, because I'm not one for flipping through all my swatches looking for a certain colour. I just want the pencils, and then the swatch chart will be in there. Yeah, I don't go that in depth with my pages to plan out my colours or anything like that. Talking about in depth, before I forget, I did actually buy Claire's, from Colour with Claire's, my colouring log. I've even wrote my name in it, and that's as far as I've got, and I've had this book for about 3 weeks now. I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible at writing down what I actually do, and I'm embarrassed to admit it. I actually bought this so I could start writing things down, just in case somebody asked me for a colour combination, like what did I use in that hair, what did I use in that skin. But I'm trying, it's just one of them niggly things that I can't seem to get my brain used to. I just sort of sit here and zone out, either watching YouTube, Netflix, or having my music on, or talking to people, so I don't tend to work like that, unfortunately. I did pick up Hannah Lynn's newest book. Now, I've just got to say, I've not coloured in it yet, but the paper feels different to me. Have they changed the paper that they print on? Because it still says by Amazon, and I don't like Amazon paper, I really don't. But I think it feels different, or is it because I've not coloured in it for so long? But it feels different from the original Hannah Lynn boots that I've got, and now I'm kicking myself that I took all them boots apart, because I wish I'd kept them in the boot format so I could keep them all nice and neat on my shelf. So yeah, I am really annoyed at myself, and they're not available, most of them, on Amazon anymore, because I didn't want to rebuy the mythical women one. I wanted to rebuy that to have it as a boot form, like the format like this. But I think I might do a separate flip through of this together with this one, because this is my all-time favourite Hannah Lynn book, and I can't believe it's took me 2.5 years to buy it. I just kept putting it off and putting it off. Oh, that was Whimsy Girls Around the World. So yeah, I will film a little flip through for these two, going a little bit more in depth. But this is Tattoo Darlings, an Inky Girls colouring book. I've started to get into tattoos, haven't I, as you can see, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. My next session is not next week, the week after, and I can't wait. I've definitely caught the bug. So seeing all these pictures, these Hannah Lynn pictures, and I like these older styles better. Let me find one that I really like. I've seen that one coloured so many times beautifully. Like that one, for instance. I really like that one. But if I go to a new stuff, it's really different. I mean, it's still nice, but I do prefer her older style. I think it's when artists start to evolve, I seem to not like the stuff, but I change my mind a little bit. I just like the older stuff, the way that the eyes are drawn, the way that the hair is. Let me see if I can find, like that one. That one's beautiful. Let's put it against one out of here, like this one. It's just very different. You can tell it's the same artist, but it's very different. So yeah, there's going to be lots coming out of this. I might do a Hannah Lynn month, because I've not done Hannah Lynn pages in a long time. This next one is because I've got a problem with collecting things, apparently. I don't actually colour in, is Maria Trolley, isn't it? Yeah, I don't actually colour in her books all that often, but when I fancy it, they're there. And this is the one that I was missing out of the collection, and I had to order this off Book Depository, and it was free delivery. But really nice pages in this. The paper in this is pure white. I think some of the other ones, they're more like, not yellow, but yellowy white. They've got a bit of a tinge to them. So I do actually like this. I probably won't do a flip through of this because I know that there's a load out there. I know there's a load out there of them, but I want to do that. But yeah, it's a nice book, and I will use it, and it's now part of my collection. Yes, I have got a problem, but no one's got an issue with it, have they? So that's the new one, the Mandalin. You know what I'm like for pronouncing things, yeah. A couple more colouring books. I swear to God, it happens to me every time. The schools just run me up to let me know that I've left my purse in Isabel's bag. So yeah, I was planning on going to the shop shortly. Excuse me, not anymore. So I'll do this one very, very quickly because I've already done a flip through. Colouring Heaven, I had a half price sale on the Etsy store, which technically once you add the postage I saved £1, but I didn't mind because I bought 2 copies. I sent one to Corey, I've coloured in one, and I wanted a backup copy because I love this issue. It's my all-time favourite issue. The fact that it's got, how many is it? There's so many exclusives in this magazine, and I think it's just worth it just for that. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 exclusives. I mean, and that as a PDF alone might cost you £3–4. So I think it's so worth it. This, please pick this one up. If you was on the fence, pick it up now while you can. The very last colouring book is the Witcher colouring book. I don't think I've shared this on the channel, but I bought this when I just finished watching The Witcher. But I had my eye on this last year, or the year before even, when the first Witcher came out, and you couldn't get hold of it. You couldn't get hold of it anywhere, and I found it. It was either Book Depository or Amazon again. Very, very detailed pages. But if you're into The Witcher like me, I adore it. I love the computer game, probably more than the TV show, even though I do really enjoy the TV show. I really like the computer game. It's one of them open world things where you can pick what you want to do and pick what quest you want to do. It's a sort of game where you can spend hours and hours and hours and not realise the time. Same as Pokemon that I've just finished. I've just completed it. Well, the main storyline, I need to go back and finish the Pokédex. It's a cracking game, that new one. I love it. I love it. It's just completely different from what it used to be. Just quick mentions as well. All my watercolour stuff that I've been buying. Because, you know, I love me some good watercolour things. I got a new Princeton Neptune brush. These are my favourite. These are my favourite. I do still want to try a couple of different brand watercolour brushes, but I was missing a really teeny tiny one, so I can put that away now. Some single paints. So I got a new Winsor & Newton white gouache. Very good for highlights, not just in my galaxies that I do or watercolour paintings. It's good in colouring books as well. This really opaque. A large Daniel Smith Payne's Blue Grey. I think I did use that in a video, but yep, I've got that one. So expensive. It was about £15 for this one thing, but it will last me a long time. And then I got Mars Black in the Winsor & Newton Professional range. Really like the Winsor & Newton Professional range. Really like them. And then if you're just starting off with watercolour, I would recommend the Winsor & Newton Cotman. That's where I started, and I've never looked back. I've never looked back. I was so happy that I did start with them. The other watercolours that you've probably seen on the channel, but I haven't mentioned it and I haven't really spoke about it, is the White Nights. The White Nights watercolour. They're about £50 to £60 on Amazon, where that's not your top end where you've got like your Daniel Smith and your Rembrandt and stuff, but it's not as cheap as like your Arteza ones or your Pretty Excellent ones. You do get a lot of paint in the pan for your money with this. Let me just I'll pull out my custom one that I know it says Arteza. I just bought an empty tin from Arteza to store all these. But these ones at the top are the Daniel Smith ones that came in tubes, and I've just popped them in here and let them dry so I can use them as pans. Now we've got a couple of Winsor & Newton Professional ones. Look at the size difference in the pans. It's ridiculous actually. It's probably 2 or 3 sizes bigger, so you are getting a lot of paint for your money, and I do really enjoy these. I messed up the swatches a little bit there, but never mind. I do really like these. They mix really well. There's a couple of really nice granulating colours. Just overall a really nice palette, and if you're thinking maybe something a little bit more expensive, I'd recommend these bad boys. So yeah, they can now go back to the hole. No, they can't, because I need to take a thumbnail. I saw, I can't remember who it was now. It was a professional watercolour artist. It was either on that TV show that I've started watching, Watercolour Challenge. Yes, it was. They was using this paper. They spoke about it on one of the things. So I picked some up. It's super duper smooth, which I'm really surprised about. I've not used it yet. But I'm wondering what it's going to be like against the Archers, which is my very favourite. Now this is 300 GSM, and I think the Archers is similar, but this was about £15 for 10 sheets of paper. Oh, Danny would kill me. Danny would kill me. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I got, if I can show you properly, I had a square version of this that came free with some Ohuhu markers, and I was using it as a mixed media sketch pad. So I was throwing gouache, acrylic, ink, watercolour, colour pencil, you name it, I was chucking it at this book, and it was taking it pretty well. Just not watercolour as well as I would have hoped. I wasn't getting the nice blends and the bleed effects that I wanted. But I got the bigger size and I pulled this off. And I think I filmed this actually. I've not done anything else in it yet, but it's just the bigger version of that other book, so it gives me a lot of play for me doing my own original art, which I am quite enjoying at the minute. I seem to go through stages of, I just spend all of my free time on original art, or all my free time on colouring books. There's no in between by the looks of it. It's one or the other. It depends month by month. And the very last thing is a watercolour, a proper watercolour sketchbook. Do you call them a sketchbook if it's watercolour? And it's a Strathmore one, and I haven't started in this yet, but the paper in this, oh, it looks nice. It's got a nice tooth on it as well, so I'm really looking forward to starting in that. Has my issues gone over to sketch pads now? I don't know. I'm hoping not, because they can get quite expensive. I know colouring books can as well, but sketch pads, especially watercolour ones, can get super expensive, especially the really nice ones with the nice cover and everything. But that's everything that I've been picking up, art related anyway, art related. I'm not going to show you the stuff that I've been buying for the paint pouring, because I don't think you might not be interested in that. But yeah, that's everything that I've been buying. Let's get everything all back in frame. Oh, them pencils are heavy. Yeah, bloody heavy. Yep, so I'm going to do a review swatch thing with these. So that'll be coming up very soon. So if you did enjoy the video, please do leave me a like. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.